Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Lola. Happy Sunday. You see, I'm in my pajamas. Today for me, Sunday is a relaxed day. Just wash my hair in my pajamas. So excuse the way I look. My face is red. Today I'm going to make 2-ingredient biscuits. The first thing you're going to need for your 2-ingredient biscuits is self-rising flour and heavy cream. It has to be heavy cream. If you don't have self-rising flour, you can add a teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of salt to your mixture and you'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and after the 2-ingredient biscuits, I'm gonna make some honey butter for myself for my biscuits. Have yourself a pan ready. Preheat your oven to 400. Mine is at 375 because my oven gets really hot, so you gauge the temperature of your oven. So you're gonna need, should have got a bowl, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be using, hope you can see that. I'm going to use 1 cup of self-rising flour. And however many you want to make, it's equal parts of flour to heavy cream. So I'm using 1 cup of self-rising flour. And I'm using 1 cup of the heavy cream. One cup of the heavy cream. It has to be heavy cream. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 ingredients together and mix them in. You're going to get flour around you because my counters are clean, so don't worry about making a mess. You clean it up. That's the fun about cooking. You make a mess, you enjoy your cooking, you enjoy your eating, and then you clean it up. That's all that counts. And there's a lot of moisture in the air, so if it looks a little sticky, just add a little bit more flour. I'm going to go ahead and flour my surface a little bit so that I can roll out my dough. You want to knead the dough at least 15 times. I'm going to put my dough on the counter and I'm going to knead it at least 15 times. You don't want to overwork it either because it will get tough on you. Or you want tender biscuits. It's best to do this by hand. Sorry, so I'm going to go ahead and knead my dough. My hands are clean. Like I said, don't worry about getting the flour all over because you're going to clean your mess after. I didn't count how many times I kneaded. I'm assuming that's like 5. Just push it away from you. Bring it up, push it back. Bring it up, push it back. Make sure your surface is floured so it doesn't stick. I'm sure I kneaded it over 15 times, so it doesn't have to be an exact number. I'm going to go ahead and put some more flour on there. And I'm going to roll it out to as thick as I want the biscuits. I say maybe half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. I'm probably going to get like 4 to 6 biscuits out of this, at least 4. It's just me and my son. So remember, you get however many you want to make is equal parts flour to heavy cream. I'm gonna roll it out to about a half an inch thick. And I don't have a a biscuit cutter, so I'm gonna use a cup. You can use whatever you have. I'm gonna use a cup. I'm gonna flour the ring of the cup so that my biscuits don't stick to it. And this is a clean cup. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the shapes of my biscuits. So that's biscuit number 1. I'm gonna butter my pan. You don't have to, but I'm gonna butter my pan because I like the bottom of my biscuits to be a little crispy. Not crispy, but a little more browned. So I'm gonna butter my pan. So that's one biscuit, and I cut it out with a cup. That's 2 biscuits. Second biscuit. Three biscuits. You're just going to continue cutting them until you get all your biscuits out. Or I'm going to see if I can get 2 more out of this to make 6 biscuits. I should be able to. Just roll it out, roll it back out. Knead it a little first to bring it back together, and then roll it back out. So I got 6 biscuits at least from this. And I got 1 extra. I'm going to put it in here too. I'm not going to let it waste. So I got 7 biscuits out of my 1 cup flour and my 1 cup. This one's not going to be perfectly shaped, but that's okay. It'll get eaten anyway, believe me. My son won't leave it behind. So that's 1 more biscuit. I got my oven heated to 375. Here you go. And I'm going to fit this biscuit in here. Just going to push everything over a little. And I'm going to put this one in the center. I don't want it to break apart. So this is what my biscuits look like. I got 7 out of my mixture. If you roll them a little thicker, you could probably get, you'll do 6 and you won't have the extra. So I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. So I'm going to put my biscuits in the oven at 375 to 400, depending on your oven, for 15 minutes, and we'll come back and show you what they look like. So while my biscuits are finishing cooking, I'm going to go ahead and test out this new water heater I bought to heat up water. It's by Hamilton Beach, and I'm going to see actually how fast it heats water. It'll turn blue when it's on. And I'm going to make some honey butter for on top of my biscuits. In here I have about 2 tablespoons of Kerrygold butter. You can use whatever kind of butter you want. I prefer butter. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of honey, half to a tablespoon of honey. And I'm going to pour the honey inside of my butter. And I like cinnamon. You don't have to put cinnamon, but I'm going to put a dash of cinnamon, or to your taste. Just a little bit. You don't want it to be overwhelmed with cinnamon. That's, anyway, let me get some. Be careful because my cinnamon comes out really fast. I'm just dumping some off. You just want a dash, not even a quarter of a teaspoon. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this together. Make sure your butter's softened. It's easier to mix together. If it's softened, just make sure it's all incorporated together. Some people put a little bit of brown sugar in here with the honey. I don't eat sugar, so I'm gonna go ahead and do, well, I seldom eat sugar. I can't say never, but I seldom eat sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the honey with the cinnamon and the butter, the softened butter. And you want to give it a little taste to see if it's the consistency you want or if it has enough honey flavor as to butter. I'm using another spoon. I'm not using the same spoon. I'm going to taste that. That's perfect. So 1 tablespoon honey to 2 tablespoons of butter and a little bit of cinnamon if you want cinnamon. This 2 different spoons. So check my biscuits. They're almost done. I just want them a little browner. So my water's boiling. It's getting hot really fast. So it's supposed to heat water in about 2 minutes, and it looks like it's going to be ready in 2 minutes. So I'm having myself some vanilla chai tea. It's a cold day. I like vanilla flavors. So I'm having myself a cup of vanilla chai tea. And I put creamer in my tea, so I don't know how many people put creamer in my tea. In their tea, but I like creamer in my tea. And I like vanilla, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon of vanilla creamer in my tea. My cup, my favorite cup. So this is what your honey butter looks like. It's a little cold, but you make sure your butter is softened before you add the honey. And you're gonna spread that over your biscuits, or split your biscuits in half and put them on your biscuits. I'll show you. The biscuits are almost done. I'll show you what they look like in a second. I'll keep my butter covered. Let's see what these biscuits are going to look like. And you see my water is already, how quickly it's already boiling. You can see the bubbles in it, so that was like 2 minutes and the water is like perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Lift it out, and the cord retracts inside of the little circle, so the cord is easy to store. The carafe detaches from the base. Carafe detaches from the base, so you use it as a serving thing. The base, the cord retracts back in, and it's like for easy storage, and it heated in less than 2 minutes. That's really great. In about 2 minutes. You'll know it's on when it turns, it's blue. It's a little button here on the side. You push it down, and that heats your water. You'll know it's on when it turns blue. And your little bubbles at the top will be blue. I don't have to add sugar because the vanilla creamer, even though it's sugar-free, is like sweetened. So there's my tea, nice and hot. I'm gonna have that with my biscuits. Let's pull these biscuits out before I burn them. Yeah. They need a little more, so I say instead of 15 minutes, I'm gonna go to 17 minutes. So you need to cook your biscuits from 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll have a sip of my tea, and I'll be back in 5 more minutes, 4 to 5 more minutes, to see how my biscuits turned out. So my biscuits are done. I ended up leaving them in for 17 minutes, and that's because I had my oven at 375. This is what they look like. They're nice and fluffy. I like the bottom brown like that. That's why I put butter. If you don't put butter at the bottom, they won't be so brown, but I like that. And these are 2 biscuits on my plate. When you take them out, you can either brush them with honey. I'm going to brush them with my honey butter. I'm going to brush the tops with my honey butter. I'm going to brush all the tops of with my honey butter, the tops of all the biscuits. And then when you split them open, you can also put your honey butter inside. I'm not going to split them open quite yet because I want them to stay warm for a little while longer. So after you brush them with your honey, that's what they look like. So those are my 2 ingredient biscuits. Hope you guys enjoy my recipe. Hope you like and share. And I'm going to sit back and enjoy my biscuits with my tea. You guys remember to have compassion for each other. Show someone that beautiful smile and share love. Be blessed, everyone. Peace. Dare I go away and not show you how soft and tender these biscuits are inside. This is one biscuit cut open and you see they're nice and soft and tender and flaky. That's my biscuit, so I'm putting my finger on it. I'll put some honey butter on it in a second. But those are my biscuits, you guys. Enjoy your day. Bon appetit.